All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and peace, love, and salutation to all you occupants pushing this truth and truth with sincerity. I'm going to start off in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, and God's people is the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, according to your father's seed line, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. No other book is faithful and true. The Quran is not telling you about what's going on. The Book of the Mormon, the Book of the Dead, self-help books, therapy, that's not telling you what's coming to pass, which is prophecy. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Because there's a lot of naysayers. There's going to be more and more naysayers. Even when these things come to pass, people are still not going to believe. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord. The Lord's name is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai. I will be plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And this is the reason why. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So we're basically in a transition period where we're at the end of Esau's age and gradually, slowly moving into the time of Jacob, which is immortality for the Israelites, starting with the elect. But we still have to report these things that's going on because prophecy has to be fulfilled. And I'm going to draw the attention towards this, these riots, these uproars of the people that's going on in the country of Iran. So let me get a map of Iran. Now, Iran is huge in biblical prophecy. Okay. Let's go to right here. This is where Iran is at. Okay, and Tehran is right here, which is the capital. So this is Iran. This is a major center of prophecy, okay, concerning World War III. One of the major countries as well. You got Russia. All right, the country of the north, according to Jeremiah 50. All right, major names like Russia and its allies. Gomer, which is Turkey. You got Libya, which is an ally of Russia. Okay, and then you got Iran, the Persians. Okay, so without further ado, let me get this article. That's from The Guardian. Iran's internet shutdown is chillingly precise and may last some time. There's an illustration right there, a photo. People take part in protests in Kermanshah in western Iran on January the 8th. Iran's internet shutdown, now in place for 36 hours as the authorities seek to quell escalating anti-government protests, represents a new high water mark in terms of its sophistication and severity, says experts, and could last a long time. As the blackout kicked in, 90% of internet traffic to Iran evaporated. International calls to the country appeared blocked, and domestic mobile phones had no service, said Amir Rashidi, an Iranian digital rights expert. Now, this is going to come to the shores of Americas because Babylon the Great, these people are so used to being stuck on the phone. Their head is all up in the phone. Imagine when the internet gets shut down here. People are going to go crazy. Okay? They're going to go psycho out here over some internet. Right? And all this time, our people had this free time, this liberty to get this truth. And we're coming to the family of the word as well. So imagine not being able to have access to the internet. We're coming to them time soon. Continue on, it says, this is far from the first time a country has blocked the internet for political reasons. Egypt's Hosni Mubarak blocked the internet for 6 days during the 2011 Tahrir protests, and the Taliban shut down Afghanistan's for 48 hours in September, ostensibly to curb immorality. But the level of shutdown in Iran is unprecedented and in some ways far harsher than its 2019 digital blackout, which internet observers described as the time as the most severe disconnection they have seen anywhere. There is no reception on the phones. There is no antenna. It's like you are living in the middle of nowhere with the BTS tower, said Rashidi. So, continuing on, it says, even Elon Musk's Starlink satellite system, which is a lifeline for Iranians during the 2022 protests over the death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini and police custody was being jammed, Rashidi said, although the extent varied from one neighbor to another. While Iranians across the country were suddenly cut off from the internet, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei continued to post on X. He did so at least 12 times on Friday in vain against Donald Trump and United States action in Venezuela. All right, so even these leaders get Twitter fingers taken to the internet and running their mouth just like rappers do. Go to show you these heathen nations are this rulership on the Esau and these other nations, man, it's a damn joke. This is what this blackout different from previous internet blockages in Iran, said Doug Midori, an expert in internet infrastructure who studies such disruptions. It is more sweeping, but also appears to be more fine-tuned, which potentially means Tehran will be able to sustain it for longer. Now let's get the reason why there's internet blackouts. So I went to Chat GPT, and hopefully it pops up. It says, why are the protests happening in Iran? It says economic crisis is the immediate trigger. The protests began in late December 2025 after Iran's currency collapsed and inflation shot up, making food, fuel, and basic goods extremely expensive. But here in America, inflation has been on the rise, and they just give these Americans playoff football, hockey, basketball, holidays, the next distraction. All right, these people can go to the movie theater, or go to see a theatrical movie, or indulge in any type of immorality, because this place is full of immorality here. Unfaithfulness. You can worship whatever you want. These people are distracted. But in these other countries, they're taken to the streets. Goes to show how lazy these Americans are. But they'll soon find out. We live in a time where, hey, they're going door to door with ICE. So you don't think they can just shut down the internet just like that? Long-term economic problems, from sanctions on Iran's oil sector to mismanagement and conflict-related costs, have weakened the economy and reduced living standards. Shopkeepers in Tehran's bazaars and other merchants were among the first to strike and protest because they could no longer afford operating costs in this inflationary environment. Bottom line, many people are struggling just to survive, and that has pushed them into the streets. So that's basically what's going on. The cost of living is going up. Like all these uproars of the people, majority, corrupt government, the cost of living is going up. That's why these people are taken to the streets. Let's get this Proverbs 29:2. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. People aren't rejoicing. They go to the grocery store and they're just sad and miserable. These people are sad and miserable. Especially our people, because it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon. Let me get this right quick. Let me go back to that. I think it's Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter. Give me one sec. Wisdom of Solomon 3:11. For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable. And the great majority of our people, they despise this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and this nurture from the Lord. So they're miserable. They do these vain things that celebrate these holidays and drink themselves to death and do whatever feels right according to their mind, deceived by their own vain opinion. They're miserable. And their hope is vain. They don't have any hope. These people still believe in politics. You try to talk to a woman, oh, if you voted for Trump, I ain't talking to you. These people still believe in this vain American system. Their labor is unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. Okay? Their wives are foolish, yeah. That's pretty self-explanatory. And their children wicked. Their offspring is cursed. Wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which have not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of souls. So these people, majority, namely our people, are miserable. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. The people are not rejoicing in Iran and these different countries. Even the heathens not rejoicing. But when the wicked bear rule, Esau, Edom, the people mourn. All right, these people are mourning, man. All around the world, people are mourning. There's going to be more plagues that hit the world. So going back to that, I was finished with that. Let's hit that second as it's 9 in the GNT because we're in that time. And I'm going to just close it on out. And pretty soon, like I said, well, like the scriptures say, the famine of the word is coming. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, you better get this word while you can, because they're going to do the same thing here, shutting the internet off. And you people won't be able to access that freakism that you're used to, OnlyFans and the dark web and, you know, whatever these freaks and geeks out here are into, man. All right? And it's beautiful, man, because you people need another time out. All right? Just how, like, people had that time out with the boogeyman in 2020. A lot of people just need to sit your ass down and consider your ways. But the greater majority of our people, they will not pay attention. They will just scoff. So second as it's 9 and 1 in the great Good News translation, he answered, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs I have told you about have appeared, you will know that the time has come when God Most High will bring judgment on the world he has created, because of that second as 15 and 6, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. These people just think it's righteous, like it says in Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe to them that call good evil and evil good. They have no problem with homosexuality and transgenderism. They have no problem with eating foods that are defiled. They have no problem mukbanging and eating unlawful foods. Okay, they have no problem worshiping their own selves. So these people need to be judged. And the service of prophets are sent out here to warn you Israelites. But, you know, the great majority of our people, man, they're just in a great state of rebellion. There will be earthquakes. There was a 6.4 in the Philippines last week. The day before was a 6.2. There's earthquake. There's little aftershocks and tremors going around the United States. There's just earthquakes everywhere. Earthquakes in diverse places, just like it says in Matthew 24th chapter. International intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. Yeah, these leaders, these vice presidents, these presidents, man, they're unstable, man. And they're confused. When you see these things happening, you will know that they are what God Most High has spoken about since the beginning of creation. Because it says now, I think it's Isaiah 42 and 9. Isaiah 42 and 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Okay? Isaiah 46 and 10. I think that's one as well, if I'm not mistaken. Isaiah 46 and 10. Isaiah 46 and 9. Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me. And these false gods, what are they doing now? Okay, they're not causing prophecy to be fulfilled. That's the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahushua, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. This is the bidding of the Heavenly Father. This is all the working of the Heavenly Father, the only begotten Son, Yahushua. There will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. When you see these things happening, you will know that they're what God Most High has spoken about since the beginning of creation. The beginning and the end of everything that happens in this world are clear. The same is true in the world above. Wonders and miracles show the beginning of events, and mighty signs show when they end. Yeah, we're seeing these signs. You know, DMX said that song, Lord, give me a sign. The signs are speaking right now. You even have signs in the heavens. I believe there's a super wolf moon January the 3rd. And you won't be able to see it to the latter part of this year. So that's pretty much it on that. You know, uproars of the people in Iran. All right. So with that, shalom.